Living in Houston means living with nature's unpredictability. One moment you're enjoying your beautiful oak tree providing shade to your home, the next moment you're staring at a massive trunk that's crashed through your roof after a sudden storm. This is the reality of emergency tree situations in Houston, and today I'm going to share what every homeowner in our city needs to know about emergency tree removal. I've been working in emergency tree removal here in Houston for years, and I've seen firsthand how quickly a peaceful evening can turn into a homeowner's worst nightmare. The difference between a minor inconvenience and a major disaster often comes down to one thing: knowing what to do when a tree emergency strikes. Houston is unique when it comes to tree emergencies. We're not just dealing with regular weather patterns like other cities. We're dealing with hurricane season, severe thunderstorms, and soil conditions that make our trees particularly vulnerable. In fact, recent studies show that hurricane-force winds impact 50% of Houston's urbanized area tree coverage during major storms. That's every other tree in our city potentially at risk. But here's what most homeowners don't realize. Emergency tree removal isn't just about getting a fallen tree off your property. It's about protecting your family, preserving your home's value, and navigating the complex world of insurance claims. When you're dealing with a tree emergency, you're not just dealing with wood and branches. You're dealing with thousands of dollars in potential damage, safety risks, and time-sensitive decisions that can affect your family for years to come. Let me tell you about Sarah, a homeowner in the Heights. Last hurricane season, she noticed her large water oak was leaning slightly after a storm. She thought it wasn't urgent, that it could wait until morning. At 2 a.m, that tree came crashing down, crushing her car and damaging her neighbor's fence. What could have been a simple emergency tree removal during the day became a complex insurance claim, property damage, and neighborhood dispute. The first thing every Houston homeowner needs to understand is what constitutes a tree emergency. It's not just fallen trees. A tree emergency includes any tree that poses an immediate threat to people or property. This could be a tree that's leaning dangerously towards your house, large branches hanging over your roof, or trees that have been damaged by storms and could fall at any moment. Here in Houston, we have specific tree species that are more prone to emergency situations. Water oaks, which are common throughout our city, have shallow root systems that make them particularly vulnerable during storms. Bradford pear trees, popular in many neighborhoods, have weak branch structures that often fail during high winds. Silver maples grow quickly but have weak wood that breaks easily. If you have any of these species on your property, you need to be extra vigilant. The second critical thing to understand is timing. Emergency tree removal isn't something you can put off. Every hour you wait increases the risk of additional damage. Trees that are compromised can fail without warning, especially during weather changes. Even a gentle breeze can bring down a tree that's been weakened by storm damage. But here's where many homeowners make their biggest mistake. They try to handle tree emergencies themselves. I've seen homeowners with chainsaws trying to cut down massive trees near their homes. This is incredibly dangerous and often leads to more damage than the original tree emergency. Professional emergency tree removal requires specialized equipment, trained personnel, and knowledge of how trees behave when they're compromised. When you're dealing with a tree emergency, the first step is always safety. Get your family away from the danger zone. Don't try to move debris or cut branches yourself. Document the situation with photos and videos, but only if you can do so safely. This documentation will be crucial for insurance claims later. The next step is calling professional emergency tree removal services. But not all tree services are equipped for true emergencies. You need a company that offers 24-hour emergency response, has the right equipment for emergency situations, and understands the specific challenges of Houston's climate and tree species. Here's something most homeowners don't know. Emergency tree removal often involves more than just cutting and hauling. Professional services document the situation for insurance purposes, assess other trees on your property for potential risks, and ensure that the removal process doesn't cause additional damage to your property or your neighbor's properties. Insurance is another crucial aspect of emergency tree removal that many homeowners misunderstand. Most homeowners' insurance policies will cover emergency tree removal, but only under specific circumstances. If the tree damages a covered structure like your home or garage, removal is typically covered. If the tree falls but doesn't damage anything, you might be responsible for the removal costs. Professional emergency tree removal services understand these nuances and can help document the situation properly for your insurance claim. The cost of emergency tree removal varies significantly depending on the size of the tree, the complexity of the removal, and the potential for additional damage. While it might seem expensive, professional emergency tree removal is always less expensive than the alternative. additional property damage, injury, or problems with insurance claims. Prevention is also part of emergency tree removal planning. Regular tree maintenance, proper pruning, and professional inspections can help identify potential problems before they become emergencies. This is especially important here in Houston, where our storm season is predictable, but the intensity of individual storms is not. If you're a Houston homeowner, you need to have a plan for tree emergencies. This means having the contact information for professional emergency tree removal services, understanding your insurance coverage, and knowing the warning signs that indicate a tree emergency is developing. Remember, tree emergencies don't wait for convenient times. They happen at 2 in the morning during storms, on weekends, during holidays. You need emergency tree removal services that are truly available when you need them, not just during business hours. The peace of mind that comes from knowing you're prepared for tree emergencies is invaluable. When you have a relationship with professional emergency tree removal services, when you understand the process, and when you know what to expect, you can handle tree emergencies with confidence instead of panic. Don't wait until you're dealing with a tree emergency to think about emergency tree removal. Take action now to protect your family and your property. If you're in Houston and need emergency tree removal services, or if you want to discuss your tree emergency preparedness, call us at 877-454-7964. We're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because tree emergencies don't wait for business hours. Your trees are an important part of your property, but they should never be a threat to your safety or your home. With proper emergency tree removal planning and professional services, you can enjoy your trees while knowing you're prepared for whatever nature throws at Houston.